actually the most unhinged reading month I've ever had in my entire life. I read 2 things that I thought were going to be 5 stars that actually made me sick. And then I had 2 5-star reads and a 4.5. There is nothing mid about March. So let's go over all the books that I read and let me tell you whether or not I think you should read them. I want the tea on a series that is so spicy, so dark, so unhinged that I'm actually considering DNFing. I heard that Little Stranger and Little Liar, the Web of Silence duet, was God tier for dark romance lovers, and I'm genuinely confused. This is all spice, all unhinged, with, in my opinion, no depth. Where is the emotion? I will continue. However, if I were not able to ask anyone else's opinion and I had just finished Little Stranger, I would DNF this. I would not continue. Now let's follow that up with a 5-star. Did we think this was going to be anything other than 5 stars? Cindervale by the Twisted Sisters. I really feel like the Sins of the Zodiac story has really focused on the story and on the plot. And there is romance in here. There's like stains on it. Like I took it everywhere. I was in the bathtub. I was on a plane. I was on my couch. I was eating dinner. Like I'm sad. I've actually spilled stuff all over this. So if that tells you something, I did hear recently that this series is going to be 4 books. I'm kind of scared. I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know how we're going to wrap it all up because there's so much going on in here. If you like true enemies to lovers, Kaiser, my favorite book boyfriend in here, the Vampire Diaries where they turn their humanity off, he's basically had his humanity, his feelings turned off. I am very picky and have become even more picky when it comes to a dark academia. This is sort of urban fantasy, found family, rivalries, the academia. It's done right. There's mystery, a mix between Zodiac Academy and Ruthless Boys of the Zodiac. Not going to be a reverse harem, so it's nothing like that. I think this is going to be a really excellent series. It's supposed to only be 3 books. This also is pretty spicy for the first book in a series, but when I tell you, I am obsessed with the romance plot line, with the characters in here. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Fury Bound by Sable Sorensen. Absolute 5-star read. Now, Dire Bound is what everybody called copy-paste Fourth Wing. It's just got a military academy. We're bonding to direwolves in here. I feel like direwolves are very 2000s, and I'm glad that they're making a comeback. The romance went up a notch in here for me. Now, if you know me, you know that the Court of Ravens duet is one of my favorite dark romantasy series of all time. So I was very excited to pick up the Pale Court duet by the same author. And I am sad to tell you that this one's going to be like a low maybe. I'm not going to say no because there were things that I liked about it and I was never tempted to DNF it. I feel like we could have had character development. We could have had deeper meaning. We could have had more emotional impact if this had been maybe a trilogy. I was icked out by the spice in this book. Like a horrible, despicable person, you know, kind of like Moliere. But then when they're having spicy time, he's like a super sweet, like loving, soft guy. And I'm like, ew, I don't want a soft man, okay? If you read Court of Ravens and you were a little bit more of a Sebian girly, you might like the Pale Court better than I did.